Good evening everyone, and welcome to Gundam News, with this week's headline no doubt being Bandai's announcement for the next Hobby New Item Info event. This will be taking place on June the 5th, and they'll be announcing all of their model kits for this fall and winter. And because the event takes place on a Thursday, I don't think I'll be able to include it in next week's regular Gundam news without rushing it. So what I'm probably going to do is do a regular Gundam news on Thursday without all that new information, and then do an extra video on Friday showcasing all of the announced Gunpla and some other cool model kits that caught my attention. As for the Gunpla news, for this week then, we unfortunately didn't get anything like new, but the high-grade Zilius Gundam did go up for pre-order on Premium Bandai, so we also got all of its information. In terms of accessories, it comes with a beam rifle and a shield, and then not one, not two, but 6 beam sabers. 2 of which are stored on the side skirts, and the remaining 4 are stored on the backpack, where we also have some very interesting, clear pylons sticking out. I wonder what those are going to be for, I'm guessing some kind of energy thing, but who knows. Unfortunately for those 6 beam sabers though, we do only get 2 beam saber blade effect parts. And on top of that, the armor can also be purged to transform the Zilius Gundam into its light armor mode. All this can be yours in July for 2,970 yen, 20 US. Over at the Gundam base then, they're getting the previously event-limited Master Grade Unicorn Gundam Recirculation Color / Clear Neon Green. It'll be releasing on the 31st for 6,380 yen, 44 US. This is a recolor of the standard Master Grade Unicorn Gundam, but now with clear neon green used for the inner frame and some parts of the head, black Ecopla for the rest of the parts, and a new sticker sheet with some neon green circles. And the cool thing about the Ecopla is that it's made with recycled plastic, so if you look closely, you can still see some shimmers of different colors in there. And they also say that it will become available at more events in the future, as well as overseas. And for the upcoming high-grade Gundam Naion, we got this nice official art, together with the announcement that more details about the kit will be releasing at a later date. On the figure front then, the most impressive thing was probably the Premium Bandai Limited Metal Robot Spirits Wings of Light and Effect set for use with the Destiny Gundam Recoordinate version. As the name indicates, it comes with a newly colored set of Wings of Light, but we also get some other goodies as well. Included are 2 Palma Fiocina effect parts, 2 spinning boomerang effect parts, 2 arms to hold up those boomerangs, a new stand for the Destiny's action base, and a foreshortened version of the Arendite and the beam cannon, allowing you to perfectly recreate those anime effects in figure form. The set went up for pre-order on Japanese Premium Bandai on the 23rd and can be yours in November for 8,250 yen, 57 US. And on the same day, pre-orders also went live for the equally Premium Bandai Limited Robot Spirits Hi-Zack Earth Federation Forces colors, which, ironically enough, feels more Titans colored than the actual Titans version. But whatever. This totally not Zaku can be yours in October for 10,450 yen, 72 US, and it is quite literally the perfect Hi-Zack package. It comes with a beam rifle, with 2 spare magazines and a firing effect part, a Zaku machine gun Kai also with firing effect part, a Heat Hawk, a beam saber with a normal beam effect part and a slashing beam effect part, a missile pod set with 2 missile firing effect parts, a shield, 2 thruster effect parts, and a bunch of hand options. And while 10,450 yen is definitely no small price to pay, with all the stuff that it comes with, it actually feels like quite the deal compared to our next Premium Bandai Limited figures. Starting with the Mobile Suit Ensemble X53 God Gundam Hyper Mode and the X54 Master Gundam Hyper Mode. The God Gundam goes for 6,600 yen, 45 US, and comes with different hand options for its various attacks, 2 active beam swords, the halo for on its back, an active energy multiplier, different skirt armor, an action base, and arms to replicate its pose from the opening. The Master Gundam then goes for 7,150 yen, 49 US, but does come with some more substantial accessories. It has its wings in cloak mode, various hand options, various energy effect parts, crossed arm parts, and Foon's Psyche, as well as a dedicated action base for the Master Gundam itself, and one for Foon's Psyche. And the reason then that I'm calling these expensive is because they are just like elaborate deluxe versions of figures that you normally get from a gachapon machine for 500 yen. And the next thing is the FW Gundam Converge Core Red Gundam set. It went up for pre-order on Japanese Premium Bandai on the 28th, and this set can be yours in November for 4,345 yen, 30 US. It comes with 2 beam rifles, the Gundam Hammer, 1 shield with a clean Zeon emblem, 1 shield with a weathered Zeon emblem, and 4 bits with 2 bases to put them on. So that is 2 more bits than we usually get. But it wasn't all Premium Bandai exclusives, like this Capsule Action Hatsune Miku version. For 1,500 yen a spin, 10 US, you can get a Miku Custom RX-78-2, a clear bluish green RX-78-2 with extra weapons like a Hyper Bazooka, Beam Javelin, and Active Beam Saber, a Miku Custom Char's Custom Zaku, or a clear bluish-green Char's Custom Zaku. Again, with extra weapons like the Zaku Bazooka and a Heat Hawk. Right now, these are only available through Bandai's Gachapon online service, and these will be shipping out in late September, but they did say that before that, they should also become available as physical Gachapon machines. Well, they should also become available in physical Gachapon machines across Japan. Next up then is the Gundam Universe GQuuuuuX. This bad boy will go up for pre-order on June the 2nd and can be yours in November for 5,500 yen, 38 US. It comes complete with an active beam saber, a shield, a beam rifle, the Tomenosuke Heat Hawk, and a bunch of hand options. And thanks to that new universal reaction frame, it's also very poseable. Plus, as is usually the case with these Gundam Universe action figures, the proportions have been changed around, giving it quite a different feel, and the legs in particular feel like they've been made chunkier. And on June the 24th, you can hit up Japanese arcades for this Haro-shaped speaker that also doubles as a nice display piece. With its cap on, it just looks like a normal figure, but by removing it, you will reveal the speakers inside. Plus, its eyes will also light up. And staying with the GQuuuuuX news, on the 24th, the GQuuuuuX Beginning exhibition opened up at the Anime Tokyo Station in Ikebukuro and will last until August the 11th. And on August the 27th, the original soundtrack will be releasing. It'll be available as a 2 CD regular set for 3,850 yen, 26 US, and as a 3 CD limited edition for 5,390 yen, 37 US. The exact contents of these CDs is yet to be announced, but they did already reveal that on the bonus CD, some unused tracks will be included. Next up then, pre-orders on Animate and other online retailers went live for some cool merchandise from Zeta Gundam, featuring the new designs for Camille, Shaw, Quattro, Paptimus, Amuro, and Hamon that were unveiled a little while back. For 440 yen, 3 US, you can get them as a sticker. For 1,650 yen, 11 US, you can get them as an acrylic stand, also together with their main mobile suit. Or for another 440 yen, you can get an A4 clear file with the celebration key visual for Zeta Gundam's 40th anniversary. Meanwhile, on the gaming front then, I would say that the biggest news is still the release of Gundam Seed Battle Destiny Remastered. The reviews are in, both professional and consumer, and for the most part they are very positive, which is also my own general sentiment. I do have a few nitpicks with it, but overall I think it's a very enjoyable game. A bit janky, but fun. And if you want a more detailed overview, you can check out my review, which I will have linked on screen and down below. Next up then, G Generation Eternal is celebrating the 8th episode of GQuuuuuX with 300 diamonds and an SSR Neon. In Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PlayStation, the full armor ground type Zeta Gundam has joined the fray, while on Steam the Wing Zero has become available, and in UC Engage, it was all about the anniversaries. The global version got the second part of its 1.5th anniversary festivities, with special UR Mobile Suit Select Unit Assembly tickets and other goodies, as well as a clan battle event and an extreme limited unit assembly for the UR Seabook and his UR Gundam F91 full power. And in the Japanese version, they're already at their 3.5th anniversary, themed after the latest story event they got. They're getting 6,000 diamonds, UR Mobile Suit Select Unit Assembly tickets, a limited unit assembly for the UR Lala and her UR Elmeth, and more. So something to look forward to in 2 years. In other news then, Gundam will be part of the Chayamachi Oshi Festival 2025 on June the 21st and the 22nd, with this festival being one of the largest Oshi events in Kansai. On August the 9th, the Sendai Philharmonic Orchestra will be performing a Gundam concert in Sendai, featuring many famous songs from the Universal Century, and throughout the summer, Nami Tamaki will have her super duper tour in Asia. She'll be performing in Yokohama on June the 1st, in Shanghai on July the 12th, and in Hong Kong on August the 17th. And of course, many Gundam songs will be part of the lineup too. As for the things you could get this week then, first up on the 23rd, the GQuuuuuX Gundam card collection set was released with a total of 26 cards featuring the main cast and main mobile suits, some of which even got brand new art. Also, because of the somewhat similar name, I should point out that this set has nothing to do with the Gundam card game. These are just collectible cards. One day later then, you could get these Figuarts minifigures for 3,520 yen each, 24 US, with the available characters being Machu with her Haro, Nyan, and Shuji with Conch. Or, slightly more expensive, was the Chogokin Expo 2025 RX-78F00/E Gundam, which goes for 33,000 yen, 227 US, and comes with a fair amount of accessories, mostly courtesy of the previously released Chogokin RX-78F00 Gundam. We've got a bunch of hand options, the beam rifle, the hyper bazooka, the shield, and a personalized action base to put it on. But what really makes it impressive is of course the die-cast parts used for the body, as well as the light-up functionality in the head and the chest. Unfortunately, those solar panel-esque things don't light up. Like, that would have been awesome. Next up on the 27th then, you could test out both your luck and your skills with this Genkai Toppa GQuUX prize figure from Japanese arcades. And I think they're definitely going to make this harder to get than usual because it stands at an impressive 28 centimeters tall, which is quite a bit taller than the usual prize figures and makes it almost the size of a 1/60th scale figure. Then, on the 28th, the digital version of Momoro Clover Z's Event Horizon single became available on various platforms, with the physical versions being released next month on the 2nd. And finally today, the high-grade Red Gundam began shipping out for 2,750 yen, 19 US, coinciding nicely with the 8th episode of GQuUuuuX. Included in the set are a beam rifle, 2 beam sabers with beam saber blade effect parts, the Gundam hammer, and 2 bits with a shield that can be connected to the hard points on the shoulders, the elbows, and the calves. For this week's reading material then, there was the July issue of Model Graphics featuring a lot of Macross, as well as a high-grade Dead Scythe Hell and high-grade Hi-Zack Custom Advance of Zeta Reboot version. There was the July issue of Hobby Japan featuring a special on the future of Gundam and the evolution of Gunpla, the July issue of Shonen Sunday Special in which Gundam Aggressor is being serialized, the July issue of Gundam Ace in which a bunch of series are being serialized, as well as a special prequel novel to Gundam 8, And then we also got the 22nd tankobon volume of Gundam Define, the Gundam Meets Business book, which is a book that aims to explain modern business through Gundam, and the first chapter of Witch from Mercury Frontier of Youth was released for free online and is linked down below, although it is of course all in Japanese. And since this version of Witch from Mercury takes place like on a normal Japanese high school, I was really curious to see which country or like location our country bumpkin Suletta would be from. Because obviously, in this story, Mercury was going to be out of the question. Turns out she's from Alaska, so instead of the witch from Mercury, she's now the witch from Alaska. And then on the final page, the Ariel is teased, with then the big question there being, what is this Ariel gonna be? Because again, it's set in a normal Japanese high school where there are no mobile suits. And judging by the final message, which was sent by her amazing big sister, I think it's like gonna be some kind of motorcycle. Maybe even one that you can play card games on. For the apparel news then, Bankodai kicked things off on the 23rd with pre-orders for a bunch of Gundam Wing acrylic stands with what I think are brand new illustrations because I don't remember seeing these before. You can get the main Wing cast and the Wing boys in their Endless Waltz uniforms as connecting acrylic stands for 1,100 yen HUS, or as big acrylic stands for 2,750 yen 19 US. All of which are slated for a July release. And then on the 28th, pre-orders began for 2 types of GQuuuuuX inspired earrings, or 3 types depending on how you're counting. For 3,080 yen, 21 US, we've got Nyan's ear cuffs, and for 3,190 yen, 22 US, we've got a set of Pomeranian earrings, available as either standard earrings or clip-on earrings. And all of these are slated for an August release. And over at Strict G, you could get some more Pomeranians themed items. For 3,630 yen, 25 US, you could pre-order a white or black t-shirt emblazoned with the Pomeranians emblem. The online sales are scheduled for a June release, but you can already get it in physical Strict G stores on the 31st. And then just today, pre-orders went live for some Gundam Wing things. You can get a Hiro or Relina acrylic stand for 1,650 yen, 11 US, or you can get some clothing from their collaboration with Spiwak, with the big ticket item being a Hiro-inspired bomber jacket for 44,000 yen, 303 US. It comes with a removable hood and an acrylic stand featuring Hiro wearing the bomber jacket himself. Or for 4,730 and 33 US, you could get a t-shirt featuring the Wing Zero Endless Waltz version, with the illustration forming Gundam Wings W, Operation Meteor featuring all 5 Gundams, the Tallgeese 3, the Wing Zero Endless Waltz version after it got back up again, or the Preventers logo. And for 10,780 and 74 US, you could get this Wing Zero Endless Waltz version work shirt. The bomber jacket will be available in physical Strict G stores on the 31st, with the rest hitting shelves on June the 7th. And that has been all for this week's Gundam news. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.